Sivers time.
Wow, we have the whole crew, huh?
Uh-huh.
That's fantastic. Right. It's been a couple weeks. Everybody's sick and in college, and their moms go to college, and we've got moms that go to college. There's a lot going on. Sorry for taking Josh's time, everyone that was expecting Josh. But I just wanted to say, when we're talking about family, I think it's important to note that I don't know if I'm probably the only person on a lot of platforms that believes this, but I don't necessarily think that time is made up of money, or it's not made up of the stuff that we collect throughout it. I think time's kind of made up of the people we spend it with, because that's really what we're left at the end, is those memories and the things we did and the people we were with when we were doing those crazy things. So I think time is more made up of the people that made you laugh and the people that made you cry and the people that made you think. And again, like I said last week, that is a huge reason why I started this podcast. Is I've loved my whole life to surround myself with people that made me do those three things: laugh, cry, think. And so I want to take a moment to say, like I said on TheSadFan, if you listen, shameless plug, make your time count and make sure that you make it count for the people that are lucky enough to be in it. And I didn't think that there would be any GORP that was more fit for that sentiment than family night.
Oh, we're talking about family night tonight.
So after that, let me leave it to Josh. Josh, go right ahead. Kick us off.
Welcome, everybody. It's Saturday. Okay. Hi. I'm Josh. Today we're talking about on GORP. GORP stands for Grandpa's Outhouse is right pungent. But today we're talking about families. And what we do with families and how we react to our own family. We're going to do our best not to just reveal family secrets on the air and stuff. But, who knows? Maybe we'll just cut it out. Anyway, who else is here?
I'm Jess.
Hi, I'm Brooke.
Yeah, Brooke just gave herself a drum roll. Did you see that, Josh?
Yeah.
She gave herself a drum roll.
Hey, she's her own type person. Don't take that
awesome.
from her.
I like the setup over there, Brooke. You got the backdrop and the turtleneck. It's like you're about to do your one-woman show. What's it called?
Hi, I'm Brooke.
See, that's right. Comes with the drum rolls and everything.
Gosh, that would have been perfect for our theme songs. Who's that girl? Hi, I'm Brooke.
Hi, I'm Brooke. So for the receptacle today, we're gonna go with just that mom pillow that's in everyone's house for some reason. If it's not that exact upholstery, then it's close, right? And it's not exactly comfortable.
Called quilted. It's
Quilted.
Yes.
Quilts. So let's get that first topic out, talking about families.
I can't believe that it's inside of a pillow right now.
I was going to take the pillow out.
We're talking about the in-laws. That's the first stuff on the list.
Wow.
I used to have them, and now I do not.
It's not dangerous with me because mine are dead.
Nice, dude.
But it's dangerous for everyone else. So I haven't had to deal with that. I've got a sister-in-law, and that's it. And they're doing really well. So I don't have cool in-laws stories, really. Do you guys?
I don't know about stories per se. I had a really wonderful mother-in-law and a father-in-law who was nice sometimes. But now I'm divorced, so it's nice to know
you can tell everything.
That's the
you
family.
You can say everything.
That's the best kind of family because you can be like, whether you love them or not, or whatever. Like, I never had to talk to them again.
I'm assuming Brooke and I are in the same
I
boat.
know.
I'm just sweating over here.
Like, one of my in-laws has passed. It was very sad and very unfortunate. But
yeah, your reaction totally says that.
But my but one of the other in-laws who was married in, I'm sweating. I'm dripping sweat. Like, I can't. This is stressing me out. I love my sister-in-law, though. She's great. My brother-in-laws are funny, great humans. But My father-in-law's great. Someone else there that is batshit fucking crazy. We hate each other. We don't even say words to each other when we are in the same room.
So you're not Facebook buds, huh?
I blocked her accidentally. But yeah, we do not. We can be in the same room for hours and not say one word to each other. That is our relationship. But even though I dislike her, I still have Cade take the kids over to the house and they spend time because they still need the relationship with their grandma.
Ooh, but now we know who it is.
I have to do it. I don't have to do it.
You didn't
done the
understand through the process, like.
No.
Understand through the process.
She talked about the father-in-law, the brother-in-law, the sister. Who's left?
I was so interested. I was like, "Tell me who it is." I'm
taking
that moment.
It's the hamster.
It's not that she's a terrible person. It's just that her and I are very, very different with pretty much every single philosophical thing in life, and it's just better if we don't engage because it always ends in hurt feelings one way or another, and it's just not a good situation.
Can I ask a follow-up?
Yeah.
Is the kids going over with Cade for her, or is it for you to get a break? But does Jessica get a break during that time, is what I'm asking.
Oh, yeah, Jess gets a break. Jess lays in bed for the 3 hours and reads or does adult things. And yeah, for Cade's, my husband's relationship with his in-laws, they're great. He's the only son-in-law, so...
Oh, he's getting all the candies.
He has been in... So my dad lives in Hawaii. And Cade has been in a room more recently than I have with my father. The 3 of us have never been in the same room together.
Huh.
Wow.
Because my dad lives in Hawaii. I live here. And Cade, with his military career, he's able to go to Hawaii fairly frequently. So every time he's there, he sees my dad and they hang out. And I'm like, it'd be really cool for all of us to like have dinner together. I don't know, but
someday.
Pretty cool.
What about Brooke?
So I've got some in-laws. There's nothing specifically bad or like wrong. I've had to put boundaries down, I think, with them.
Boundaries. But
they've respected it. You know, once the boundaries put in place, they respect it. So that's pretty cool. I have a sister-in-law. She's really, she's really chill. I really like her a lot. I feel kind of bad because my husband and like my mom's dead. So like he doesn't obviously have a relationship with her unless maybe he does. That'd be kind of cool. Like spiritually or something. I don't know.
You don't know until you get a Ouija board out.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with that.
Debbie.
We ignore this. We don't do Ouija's.
His name is Deborah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay. And then my dad and Dan, I think that they've seen each other maybe 3 times, and that includes our wedding. So, you know, not a whole lot there, which I don't blame either one of them. Like, there's just not commonalities between them. So, yeah.
Josh, I'll make it interesting with Jessica. Can I tell a story from a different side, Brooke?
No, why don't you don't?
No.
Like, I'll tell a story from a different side. So
I like that both of these two were like, no.
Let's make it awkward. Let's get juicy for the audience. How about that?
Gross.
So,
that's a
I washed off all my juices.
All right, let's not make it juicy. Let's make it moist.
Better.
Right.
Speaking of moist, here's a towel. Let's move on.
So hold on. I've got a good story from my wife's perspective.
Oh, from wife's perspective. Okay, I thought we were doing something embarrassing.
Like not from mine because, like I said, mine are dead. I don't have in-laws to worry about really, or to be like, hey, I don't fuck with them. So I've got actually a huge family on my side, like
gross, disgusting.
And my wife gets along with all of them really well, including a couple of them that are batshit crazy. And it's funny because this whole story ends. I'm going to Tarantino, and I'll tell you the end. It always ends with this. I really miss your aunt. I really wish I could spend more time with her if she wasn't so fucking crazy. And I'm like, yeah, no, I fucking agree. She's fucking insane. And I've got a couple of them now that got on that QAnon train and just went fucking crazy.
No.
Went batshit nuts, you know? And it was at one point when I was still in Los Angeles, and the whole, like, the immigrants are going to come and take all of our health care.
Yeah.
And my wife had posted something in regards to that event occurring. And this batshit crazy aunt of mine decides that she's going to make a comment on my wife's Facebook, where my wife is still in the U.S. military, having to do with the United States government and what they're doing. And it was so out of whack that usually I let a lot of shit slide for the most part. Like, the anger and sarcasm you guys see from me is usually fake or just self-loathing, right? So a lot of it's not real. And she's seen me actually get angry like a few times ever, and she still gets confused by it when I actually get mad at something. And this moment I got pissed because I was like, hey, you're fucking with our livelihood with your dumbassery. And I got on there and I wrote like a long comment to this. I was like, hey, get the fuck off this post. And you're talking shit about brown people, you idiot. I'm Puerto Rican. I was like, pull your head out of your fucking ass and understand that you're also posting this on my wife, who is Colombian's page. Yeah. You need to understand that both your nephew and your niece-in-law, or whatever it is, are brown people, and fucking unfuck yourself. Sorry, that's the most F words I've ever said on this post. And after that, like, she blocked me and called me out, or blocked me, and then messaged my wife and was like, oh, I didn't realize it was yours. I'm sorry. And my wife was like, oh, so you would have done it on somebody else's, though? So,
you're one of the good rounds.
He said you're one of ours. And after that, it was funny because months go by where I don't talk to her because I think she's fucking crazy. And if something came up in a family chat where my grandmother's not long for this world, and she said something to me, and I was like, no, I really don't care. Just be less fucking racist. And all of her daughters were like, oh, God.
Good for you, man. Fuck it.
So, yeah, I'm pretty blunt about that shit when it comes down to it. I let a lot of shit slide. But when you're just outright something, I'm going to fucking call you out on it. You've seen me do it before, Josh, at a swimming pool. There's a certain point where I hit my limit of your bullshit where I'm going to say something. So I just figured that
stresses me out so much.
Why? Same issue, Jessica?
So much confrontation, even if it's over the internet. My are sweating.
Let's change the vibes. Oh, here's a good one. Nice little switcheroo. We're still not on actual families, but now we're on found families.
Ooh, cute.
I gotta get some airflow.
I'm thinking about taking my sweatshirt off, dude.
Hey, everybody calm down.
I didn't think that family was going to be the topic that got everybody hot.
Hey, it's 2022, bro. But found families, that's a good one. It reminds me, like, I always hear people say blood is thicker than water, but they use it the wrong way. Like, the full phrase, I think, is something like the blood of the... Yeah, look it up, please. The full phrase. But what it really means is your found family is deeper than your actual family. Like, blood doesn't mean shit compared to the blood of, like...
Blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb.
There it is. The blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. So just because that's your mom doesn't mean that has to be your mom, etc. Like, I love my mom, by the way. But some people don't come from good families, and some people have to leave.
Shout out, Gina.
Some people have none, and some people, like, all of us have found family. Like, Brandon's my brother, and fucking Brooke, you're my sister, and Jess, we haven't talked in a long time, but I love you so much. Like, the military friends, I tell people all the time, we're closer than any friend I'll ever have or ever had before. Yeah. That's blood of the covenant, man. Come on, man.
No, it's true. Like, one of our good friends, like, from the military, two of our good friends are godparents to our children. Do they live in the same state? No. Do we hang out all the time? No. But do I know that if something were to happen to me and my husband, that they would be there for my kids in a heartbeat?
Yeah.
Yes.
Instantly.
Yes, they would. Instantly. And found family. Like I'm going to see them next week. Where there's going to be coincidentally, there's going to be about 4 or 5 of us that are just going to be in New Mexico at the same time, and we're going to get together and we're going to just hang out. I mean, we're not going to. We even thought about trying to like convince the current renters at our old house to like let us have a party, but I feel like that's
cool.
a little bit too
Maybe.
much. But
I'm your landlord and I'm having a party.
But
No,
yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah, it's so, and I follow them. Like I have friends who've gotten sick. I've got friends who've gotten divorced, and just I know that I can call one of them who I haven't talked to in months, and she'll answer, and we'll talk for 2 hours, and then we'll be fine. Like,
yeah, and you got those friends, not even necessarily military. I got a few from different restaurants or whatever, and from my last job, I made like at the cannabis farm. It was it was hard work, and we were all by ourselves up there. So like, you develop these deep relationships, and it could be 5 years until we talk, but we'll just pick up right where we left off, and kiss each other with our tongues, and all that.
What about you, Brooke?
I've been really blessed with my found family. Seriously, between my military fam and then like coworkers, and more recently, I went through training for Ayurveda, which is a holistic healthcare. And seriously, the people that I've met through that are just phenomenal and just so welcoming. It feels like home when I'm around them. And I'm so thankful that I have those people, because I'm not from the best family. I love my family members to an extent, but I can't relate to them. So to have these people that I could talk to them about anything, and they would be able to like relate to me or sympathize with me or give me good advice. It's everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the kind of friends where you're like, you have full confidence. You can say, hey, there's something wrong with my butthole. Can you check it?
Yeah.
And they'll do it, bud.
Snap a pic real quick. And
is that a tick?
my brown-eyed girl.
So that's what she said with the brown eye. I do yoga. I can hold this pose all night long.
I'm a yoga teacher. Let's go.
There you go. So Jessica's gonna pee again. All right. So my found family, I would say that I talk to 4 people in this. Well, 5, because you got to include my wife.
4 of them live behind the 7-Eleven.
Yes.
Including me.
And they all take quarters. But I talk to 4 people on a daily or a weekly basis. Well, 5 again, if because I got to include my wife in that. And they're all found family. And my wife counts, I think, as found family. Right?
Oh, definitely. That's the ultimate found person.
Yeah. So, and we've been together, 12 years. And that's marriage. That's not even dating. But,
that's super found family, yeah.
Yeah. But it's Josh, who, like you said, that's my brother. And we kind of fight like brothers. Back to assholes. Jesus Christ.
Coming back to that asshole.
So yeah, and it's Josh, it's Alex, it's Wes, it's Pacheco, and it's Anna. Those are the people I talk to daily, and it's funny because Pacheco and I have kind of a turbulent relationship, and it's probably because I got to know him way too well when he worked with me, because he hates to admit it, but he literally worked for me. He worked for me at Best Buy. I was his manager, his leader. I was his leadership. So, and then we just became close friends because he was the only one that could really understand on a daily, weekly basis what it was that I was going through as a young person in charge of an entire store. And he was there for me through all that, and that's the case with most found family, is they're the people, like Josh said, that are there for you. Like, as he laughs at me,
I have a question. I'm so sorry, Josh. Is there somebody in your closet?
Oh yeah.
But anyway, yeah, where I was going with that is, like Josh said, most of my family is found family, and I think my ability to get so close to randos like all of you is because my mom was that way. Like, everyone that came into our house was uncle this or aunt this or cousin this, and that's just how I grew up. Like,
Your mom was that way.
Yeah, my closest people, like, and my mom's still in touch with Blanco, just so you know.
That's
like,
funny, yeah.
My wife still talks about Blanco, and they're on Facebook together, and she asks me how he's doing. Like, that's just the type of person she is. Like, the second she meets you, you are family until you wrong her. And even then, she keeps people that I cannot stand in her life because she just loves these people. And sometimes I think it created both parts of me, right? The dickhead that exists within me that just cuts people off, no problem. Yeah. And the person that's willing to accept all people and bring them all in. She created both. And it's been just because I do have a fine line with a lot of people where I'm like, all right, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. But fool me twice, can't fool me again. Yeah, the George Bush line. But outside of that, yeah, found family, I think, means the most to me in a lot of this because I'm largely shaped by my found family. And even when I do this podcast, like, it's funny, I was teasing Josh in the production before we got started about, like, I guess you're the one that's busy, but it's just teasing. The truth is, I put more pressure on myself because you exist in my life. I don't want to let you guys down. So, yeah, I'm staying up late when I'm teaching in the Netherlands or teaching in Italy, and I'm a couple hours ahead of you to do the show or to edit or to get it out on time so I can make sure that I'm doing everything I can to make us successful because I can't let these people down. They're counting on me to do the right thing here. So I have to make sure, like, I don't get caught on the wrong side of things. And also, these people push me to be better, right? Like, Alex pushes me to be better at things in a different way. Josh pushes me creatively outside of my comfort zones because of the way his brain works. Wes pushes me educationally. Is your dad going to go join him in the closet? Is that what's about to happen? Is it fucking Narnia back there?
Narnia back there, Doc.
Is fucking Narnia in the closet?
Let's get Dad to change the topic, reach in there and pull something out.
There we go. That visual and verbiage is great for that. I love it.
Politic.
So,
like talking with families at the table, like things we avoid in general.
I think that's it.
In the Jess family.
Oh, in the Jess family, we shut that shit down. Jess is very, like, go LGBTQ, women's rights, very progressive, and most of my family, even my family and the in-laws, are all very conservative in everything.
Utah family.
Yeah.
The Utah family.
We just don't talk about things. We don't talk about anything. But
just suppress it, you suppress it, you suppress it.
Like, I turn it off like a light switch. Just turn it off.
I end up hurting feelings is my thing with the politics is my wife has always told me, you have a way of making people feel stupid without directly telling them they're stupid.
That's a gift.
It's your tone.
What was that, Josh?
I said, why do you think I get so mad at you all the time?
That's fair. That's a fair statement.
Kate is the same thing. He's been told that he is the nicest asshole. Like, he can present the content in, like, the nicest way, but he is saying the dickish thing, like the most dickish things.
Yeah.
Like,
nice dickish.
How do you do that?
Father, what about you and your politics with fambos?
I love that.
Did you say?
Oh yeah.
My dad voted for Trump. So there you go.
Yeah, mine too.
But he also voted for Obama twice.
Not mine.
That's like the family in Get Out.
Yeah.
I would have voted for Obama 3 times if you let me.
My family in politics, it's not pretty. I'm from a small town in Illinois, 500 people, and
500?
500. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. My mom was fairly liberal, but still had a lot of conservative views. And I think if anybody were to if I were to want to talk about politics to anybody, it would probably be her because she had an open mind about it. But my dad is so conservative, so just
That's tough.
yeah. It's
And you have
so
the
we just
obligatory
don't.
lectures, I'm sure.
What'd you say?
You get the obligatory lectures, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
God.
Like I went and I saw him this past year, probably 3 months ago maybe, and he had a "Let's Go Brandon" hat on, and I'm like,
Let's go, Brandon.
seriously.
When did politics become sports teams?
Yeah,
That's what's so annoying.
It's their whole persona. It's like
That's
they don't even have
a
personality.
conversation for another
Yeah.
podcast.
Maybe we should just skip it. Here we
But
go.
that's
This one says gatherings. So we've talked about
Family
this briefly on the
gatherings.
social gatherings episode, but this is specifically the family gatherings, like
Is
the
that
barbecue.
Nick back there? Was that Nick's head that just popped?
Big brother Nick, in his druid outfit. We're all playing Dungeons and Dragons after this, so they're all antsy to.
Okay.
Ooh.
But like like the barbecue, maybe you have
That's
to
a family
meet up
gathering. Why don't
with
you just
her.
keep going with that?
The barbecue. Well,
No,
the
Dungeons and
D&D.
Dragons. What are you stopping on that for?
Oh well, okay. Well, let's talk about that. We're doing some Dungeons and Dragons later on. Me and the brothers have been interested in doing it for a while, but the parents recently saw Stranger Things and really got into the whole idea.
Mm-hmm.
So they wanted to try it out for the first time tonight. We'll report back next time with how they liked it. So it's going to be the Berkeley family playing Dungeons and Dragons tonight.
I love that so much.
Here's
That's
gonna be
awesome.
a barbarian.
What are the snacks? Dwarves?
Dwarf barbarian.
I love that.
Spicy.
Bird. And then brother is the dungeon master. You can tell.
He's excited.
I love it.
I'm
Your
excited.
dad's slowly dying.
Do we have snacks? Do we have snacks for this gathering?
I made a lot of mac, and we have
Only snacks. Okay.
pretzels.
We got apple pie.
Apple pie.
Apple pie.
A lot of
So jealous of this
a lot of
gathering.
glucose. A lot of glucose going down the old gullet.
A lot of carbs, lots of energy.
Oh yeah.
I have now seen your brother dress up and then strip on camera. It's fantastic.
Ooh.
And get in and out of the closet. Yep.
Gatherings for you, Brooke.
All right.
We'll leave you guys alone. Nice seeing you.
No, we appreciate it.
Well, guest spot.
Brooke, what about you? I mean, it was perfect because we were talking about gatherings, and there was a gathering of family going on, so it was fantastic.
That's a verb and also another kind of verb. Two verbs.
Yeah.
Phones.
Brooke, what about you?
My mom passed away 8 years ago, actually to the day, and she was kind of the glue in our family. So we don't they still host Christmas and holiday things, but nobody really goes. It's very kind of pathetic. Not pathetic. It's pathetic. Yeah. So the most that I do with my own blood family is I'll go and I'll visit my sister and her kids, and maybe I'll see my dad. But that's pretty much it. I'm not going to make effort if they don't make effort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a great point, Brooke. I say that all the time with people. I'm like, look, I'm the most attentive person when you message me or when you call me. I will call you back. I will message you back.
Yeah.
But don't sit there and bitch because I put a post on Facebook that said I was sad and you didn't do. I don't give a fuck. All right, say something to me because if you're not talking to me, I've already got to read my wife's mind. I'm not fucking reading yours too. Okay, talk to me directly or just who cares?
Yeah.
And don't bitch about how we never talk.
I already spend so much time staring in the mirror saying, "What's wrong with you?" I don't have time to wonder what else is. You know what I mean? Like, call on the phone, give me a text, and just say I love you. That's the best way to get it going. That goes to everyone. Everyone gets the text back and forth, reciprocations. Just say I love you. That's the best way to reach out.
What are you going to say, Jessica?
For the Facebook stuff is that he unfollowed everybody. Like, he still has, they're all friends still, but he unfollowed everybody except for me and, like, someone who posts memes and then, like, his, like, interests and whatnot.
Yeah.
I was like, why'd you do that? He's like, so that way when someone at work is like, hey, did you see what I did this week? And I can say, no, let's have a conversation about what you did this weekend because I didn't see your Facebook post.
Beautiful.
It's like, that way I can have conversations with people and be like, oh yeah, I saw it. And then the conversation ends. And I was like,
yeah,
that's a good point.
That's good. That's like the exact opposite of someone saying, just showing you their phone. Like, look at this meme thing. And instead, it's the opposite where you're like forcing the combo. That's great.
Yeah.
Connections, bro.
Yeah, and for my family gatherings, we usually go to New Mexico for Christmas. So we're going this year. Like I
Christmas,
said earlier.
that shit.
Yeah, going Christmas. Gonna have, like, we do a whole Christmas Eve thing, and we've done it since I was little. We just go to one of the family members' houses. We do the gifts, and as a kid, it was like, yeah, presents. But now as an adult, we started doing the Saran Wrap game.
Yeah.
I love that game. That game is great.
That thing has gotten heated.
That sounds like
now.
a white people game.
It is a white people game.
Definitely white people.
Okay.
But it's a wonderful game. Please explain it, guys.
It's like a Saran Wrap ball where the center is like $100, and like it has like other things like throughout it, and you have to like roll the dice, and you get doubles or whatever. You get the ball from the person next to you, and you have to just unroll it to get the goodies. So we put like the mini liquor bottles in there. We put sometimes we put condoms. We like it's fun.
People were getting away from those.
Yeah.
Condoms?
Yeah, you haven't heard like a lot of the stand-up comedians that talk about that, how it's like fighting a 2-year-old to get pants on to get a guy to wear a condom now.
Yeah.
The problem with this whole thing is that it is. I love it. With my uncles.
Yeah.
Who are in their 60s, and I don't want to picture them with condoms and near them at all.
I do.
But it's still a lot of fun because we'll put like girly, like little chapsticks and lotion, and the guys are gonna be like, ugh. But it's great.
We've done that. We've done that at office parties. You have oven mitts taped to your hands, so you have to you have to wear the oven mitts, and then we had some scratchers in there, some cookies.
Mm-hmm. We put scratchers for sure. Powerball tickets.
Just white people doing white people things.
Hey.
Well, you know what? Life is a game show. Let's play the game.
You're going to go buy some Christmas crackers this year, and you're going to pull the little thing, and you're going to wear this stupid little crown.
There's no such thing. Anyway, anything else for this? Can we move on or no?
Gatherings for me is the same. It's like the holidays and Memorial Day with you guys. To be honest, that is my gathering. Super jealous of New Mexico. Do you guys do what are they, luminieras? Is that what they're called?
Luminarias.
Is that what Luminaria?
Yeah.
The sand and the candle and all that?
The sand and the candle and the bag, yeah.
That's dope.
Can't do that at my house here in Utah. We live in a wind tunnel.
Gotcha. What's that topic, Josh?
This says pressures. Family pressures.
Oh.
I want to be the very best.
Do. Do. Under pressure. All right, Jessica,
first.
Go. Yeah, Jessica, go.
So my family pressure, most of it was on my education. The other half of it was not getting pregnant before I got out of high school.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was the other half of it. But then stuff happened. I did not get pregnant in high school. I went and got birth control, and then I got in trouble for getting birth control.
Oh, gee. Come on,
because you're Catholic?
I don't know where that fell into the thought process. I repress it. I need to go to therapy. I don't know where that fell or landed in the thought process, but I got kicked out of my mom's house at like 16, 17 for buying birth control. So, yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
But I'm not getting pregnant. Like, that's the whole...
No, get on the streets
thing.
right now. Out of here.
I live with my dad. My dad took me in because he loved me.
That's not dead.
Oh, but yeah, those were my pressures: education and not getting pregnant.
Okay.
I don't necessarily have a lot of pressure. I think I actually have often throughout my life really been thankful to my family for that. I feel privileged to not have the pressure of, oh, you got to get good grades or you got to become a doctor. You know, and maybe that's hurt my motivations throughout my life. I don't know. Maybe I should go to therapy too. But
probably also why you didn't kill yourself.
But yeah. So like people say like I have to do this, and I so often I'm like, what do you mean? Like, who is your mom to tell you what to do, buddy? I don't understand. But then like I also understand that I don't understand. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
Like,
do that a lot. I know what you mean because that is you. You just described you to me when it's like, I don't understand that I don't understand. And I'm just like, I feel like that's the butt of the tooth when you and I actually get into it. It's because you feel like I'm being a dick, and I feel like you don't understand what you don't understand, and you're just looking at it through like a very tunnel vision.
Said the opposite. I said I understand that I don't understand. Like I get it that I don't get it.
But you can't help yourself.
But I want to know.
Yeah, you still can't help yourself. You still keep pushing.
Yeah. But yeah, I do feel fortunate that I haven't had a lot in my life in general, but I did get quite a bit in high school. That was like, don't have a kid until you have money, and guess what? I still don't have money. So
you still don't have kids.
But I'm thankful for that too. I don't want any kids. Jeez.
Brooke?
I feel like I've had a lot of pressure from my family. Maybe not like career-wise, but I've really flipped the coin these last couple of years and really just stepped into who I feel that I am and who I've kind of suppressed my entire life. Again, from a conservative family, conservative area. I've recently like came out as pansexual, and I'm so like happy about that I can like just be myself and express that I love multiple genders. I love people.
Whoever's got brownies.
Yeah. And so like, I don't think that exactly. I don't think that I could have done that if I had stayed physically close to my family members. I think I would have suppressed it for the rest of my life. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, that's true. And that's something a lot of folks also don't have is the ability to separate physically or mentally, spiritually, however. But physically is a big component. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think people just have a huge. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jessica.
No, like the physical, like being close to your family. Like sometimes it's great, but other times, like it is for the best to be away. And it's always good. Yeah. Like for me, I know that it's good to have a supportive partner that like does support me 110%. Like when I have confused like questions about my sexuality, I'm like, hey, let's talk about it. Yeah. It's like, let's fucking talk about it. Let's go. Like, and no judgment. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is people need to mind their own fucking business.
Yeah, dude.
Because they forget it doesn't impact them. Sorry, Josh, go ahead.
It's different for a lot of folks. And like for instance, what I usually think for like folks that there's folks that just live with their families. Like
I don't understand that either.
All the kids together. And I don't understand it because my perspective is how would you ever figure out who you are? And then a lot of folks, I have a friend similar, or not like me, the other way with like living with the family and stuff. And his mindset is, how do you not know who you are already? And I'm like, I don't know. But they use that as a point of strength, and it can't be that for everyone. And I mean, it is for me sometimes, but like being off on my own is also a powerful, definitive point of where I've got to in life.
Yeah. Anyway, I just I don't know. I think so many people have been so tricked into believing that certain things impact them that don't actually impact them. Like Brooke is former military, a strong humans who has a good head on her shoulders, and would do, if given the opportunity, just in my interactions with her, what's right, just the right thing in a situation, as best as you could in any situation where you have to determine what's right. And that has nothing to do with your sexuality. That's the thing.
No.
Is there's absolutely terrible people from each but it's so blasted in your face by whoever has the most money at the time, what's wrong and what's going on. And it never ceases to amaze me when I hear people that don't think, they just regurgitate what they heard somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, but do you have an original thought? And it always brings me back to Matt Damon in the bar in Harvard.
Yeah.
Right?
Vickers?
Yeah. And he goes, what I'm wondering is, do you have an original thought for yourself? Or are you just going to sit in here and try to impress women by regurgitating something you read in a book?
And then he's all like applesauce.
But that's true. I mean, like, pressure's a hard one. And it's mainly because I know, one, I don't think I've let people down, but in my head I have. And that's
you
the
put
pressure
on yourself for your family.
That's come from my family. But I was raised pretty hard. If I hadn't done that, I don't know who I'd be. I think I'm a pretty cool person, to be honest, who's driven, and I've found success in most things I've done. My mom's pretty open-minded, but I think I'm probably the most open-minded person when it comes to accepting certain things that have happened. And forgiving. Like, Josh has told me this before a million times. He's like, you're just too forgiving, dude. Or you're just ultra forgiving. So when something happens, other people are going to hold a grudge for a long time, and you just let it go super fast and want to move on.
Good thing and a bad thing, yeah. Mostly good thing.
Yeah, and I'm just not good at the grudge thing. I think it's a waste of energy. But I do beat myself up a lot. Like, all the time.
Okay, so how do you think that? How much of that would you say is like it's self-induced, but would you say a lot of that is due to the nature of your family pressures?
Yeah, it's not letting, like I said, with you guys with the found family. It's the same with my regular family, because I've got now some of my sisters on my father's side are rather successful, but like a lot of people, I know a lot of people that are in jail or dead. And I feel like I let those people down. Like, one of my cousins that's in and out of jail, he was around me a lot as a kid, and I tried to do the right thing and have fun and show him what it's like to be like have fun and and then he's just in jail all the time. So I feel like I let people down there.
Yeah. Like, there was that one time, like, you got it in my face, like, hey man, I love you, but you got to shave your nipples, dude. Like, yeah. And you were right, dude. You were right.
Yeah. You can't have your nipple hair in a ponytail, but yeah, I think you're right. A lot of it comes from not letting people down and seeing where you came from and never going back, Because I don't know if you guys are like me, but in your, like, you created a nostalgia in your brain when you're in that childhood, right? When you're living in that moment, and then you look back as an adult and you're like, shit, she was probably a lot more rough than I was, believing while I was in it.
Yeah, for sure. Or you tell someone else like these funny stories where like, we used to play knife fight or whatever, and they're like, what? Like, yeah, it was great.
Yeah, that's true. That's so true. I think we're done. Like,
this is Josh. This is probably the last topic, right?
The kids' table. That's a nice way to finish up. The kids' table.
Yeah. I'll start so I don't end on a big sob story with people feeling sorry for everything ever. So what's funny about the kids' table is, coming from a big family, the kids' table was a very real thing at every holiday gathering.
Oh, yeah.
And the worst part is when you're like 13, 14 years old and you realize everyone around you is significantly like younger at that age point, like where like 8 years old is a lot younger than a 13-year-old.
Oh, yeah.
10 years old is a lot younger. And you're like, why the fuck am I at this table with these kids? Like, I don't understand what's happening, right? And for the longest time, I was like, man, I'm about to be an adult. I'm going to go home. I'm going to sit at the big table. I'm going to laugh at all those little assholes that are at the kids' table. It's going to be fantastic. And then when I went back home, all the little kids were at the big table. And I was very upset at this. I was like, hold on. And then my dad starts laughing because he sees my face. He's like, what? I was like, it took me a long goddamn time to earn my seat at this table, and this little fucker's sitting right across from me, and I'm not sure I like it.
I don't like his face. I don't like his attitude. I don't like how much gravy he took.
Go ahead, Jessica.
I'm going to go home this Christmas, and I'm still going to be at the kids' table, but it's going to be because there's like the older adults, like the uncles and aunts and mom, they're going to be at a table, and then me, my brothers, and my cousins, and all of our spouses are going to be at a table, and then our fucking kids are going to be at another fucking table where they have plastic forks and plastic things. Like they're going to have their own table because we're a Hispanic family. We have a lot of children. I have 4 by myself.
No, I respect that though. Like the olds have their own table. It's like, no, we don't want to talk to you either.
No,
I don't
they
care
don't
if you're
want to talk
grown
to me. Like
go watch Paw Patrol and get the fuck out.
My uncles are ex-Marines. They served in OEF, OIF front lines. Like, they've got PTSD like a mother. I don't want to sit next to them either and accidentally, like, have to hit the ground. Just got this, uncle.
I did some kids' tables here. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Brooke, go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, I haven't been to a family function with a kids' table in a while. Just the kids kind of just, I don't know. We don't even have a big family anymore because nobody goes to family functions.
So were you at the kids' table last time you saw one?
Probably.
I was just at the table. It was just a, I guess it was just a table. You know, most of the older people in my family are dead. So, like,
sorry,
it's sad, but like that's just what it is.
Second time, Josh.
Sorry,
second time.
It's funny. I'm sorry.
They're dead family members.
Twice.
It's a real thing. People die. What happens?
Can we put a counter on this podcast? Just like every time Josh laughs appropriately.
Well, I got a tattoo here for one of my brothers that died, and it says Rife Black, and it's a long story. It's not a real word, so people ask what it is, and it's like, don't worry about it. It's for a dead guy, and then I laugh every time. So I mean, I laugh at my own ones too.
I make dead mom jokes all the time, and I truly know that my mom would love that. She would have loved that. So I'm gonna make a joke. Whatever.
Make my own jokes up.
Yeah. Sorry, off topic.
We had some kid table action, but there wasn't a lot of kid table requirements in my own family until I was already high school status, and then all the cousins had all their stupid kids. But I've been to other family stuff, and I've been at because Southern families have all the cousins and stuff. Not my family wasn't Southern, but all my friends' families were like deep Southern. So, a lot of kids' table action, sitting around, and people throwing and drinking the hot sauce, and just being idiots. There is something magical about being at the kids' table if you got the right crew. A lot of stupid stuff happens.
Oh,
and then,
you can come up with so many good plans at the kids' table.
Yeah,
depending on the function, like if it's a barbecue, it's a different plan than if it's like Christmas. Because you can't go too hard at Christmas, because then Santa. But barbecue, you can definitely go and give your uncle like a Boone's Farm and just watch his reaction. Like,
see, I was thinking of more like two kids are bullying the other cousin kid, and it's like, hey, after we eat these corn cobs, I'll beat the hell out of you.
I told the nephew, I was like, I told one of my nephews when they were they had to go to bed, and he goes, Uncle, why do we have to go to bed? And I was like, because I've decided that after 9 p.m. I don't like you, and I don't think I'm going to like you again until like 10 a.m. the next day. So why don't you go to bed and let's see how it works out? And his mom was so mad at me.
It's great. That's all you need.
You're such a mean uncle.
But they love me more for it. I don't know why they won't leave me alone. I'm so mean to them, and they just keep like wanting it. They love the abuse, and I don't get it.
Golly.
Oh, I'm glad my kids don't have Uncle Fry. They'd probably cry.
They'd
cry.
I carried my niece from Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. I carried her up this really steep hill, and she was like 5 at the time, and she's crying. Just, like that kind of crying, you know? And then you hear her start to laugh, right? And she's laughing because I'm like, oh my God, my life is so hard getting carried up this steep hill. Well, everyone else has to walk. And my uncle, and you hear her start to laugh at me. So I don't know. That's just how I handle it. It's my love language. I started the podcast with that.
Love language. Mine is Velcro. It's been a pleasure talking about fams, and I hope everyone's Crumbus and all their holidays and Kwanzas are good. And I love you guys. And here's to the blood of the covenant and stuff.
Being thicker than the womb of the water.
Yeah, at GORP Show on the Twitter, on the Grams. I'm JR Berkeley on the Grams.
I'm Boca Shirty Jess on Instagram and the TikTok. TikTok.
I'm at Brooker Loves, IG.
And you could reach us all at TheSadFan, one word, TheSadFan Podcast Network on YouTube. We do respond to comments. Josh is overactive on the comments, so he will get back to you. You can reach us on the TheSadFan Cast. And coming this week, Popcorn and Beers will drop this week. And your very own Josh Berkeley will take up his first producing duties on that show. So look out for that.
Yeah, we're going to talk about movies and shit. It's going to be great. Anyway,
Bye.
love for the homies.